Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness, you guys. I feel like warm garbage this morning. Oh, that's how I'm feeling. Happy Friday. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good evening, Sarah. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jen. Hey, Janelle. Yeah, it feels like that outside here. The weather is warm garbage. Don't love it. Okay, Janelle's feeling lighter today, so that is good. Hi, Amber. We missed you on Wednesday. Hi, Atreyu. I made like the most gingery ginger tea with ginger and cinnamon. Do you guys do that? It feels so good in my throat, but it's like I went hard on that today. I've already had my coffee. So we're talking about split energy today. And that actually, I was sitting this morning because Megan's here to help strip my walls of old wallpaper. And we were sitting outside and we both don't feel great. And um, sorry, I need to put my mute thing on. That's what I forgot to do. I'm getting all these messages. People only message me when I'm in a live. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, we were talking about the energy and like back when I used to channel consistently, like I was doing it um, doing it 2 times a month and even like doing live events, like in-person events. This is how I would feel right before a huge energy channel or a big shift. I would feel just like this, where it's like woozy, headache behind my eyes, lots of head pressure, like just kind of feel like I'm getting the flu. And that's where I'm at today. And I don't love it, but that is what it feels like. So that means it's just further confirmation of that energy shifting for me. It'd be nice if my body didn't react this way, but at least Hey, Claudia, you remember, right? Remember how I would get before like a big channeling event? I'd just be like sick. I'm there again. Mhm. So we shall see. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Rachel. So what we're gonna do this morning um, is I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about the split. I'm just gonna kind of recap what exactly that is, and then we're gonna pull some cards because I think this will be a good, yeah, I hope so too. This will be a good way to kind of tap into that energy and make it a little bit more specific for you. You know what I mean? So I started doing videos on the split, I think it was in 2021. And you know how everybody, for a while, the narrative was really strong about moving through the dimensions. And even there were some people who believed that Earth was actually like splitting in two and there was going to be like a separate place where people were going to live. But as time progresses, kind of update how you feel about the energy and the way that you interpret it. And it's just a change in frequency. It's a change in how you perceive the world around you. And when that happens at a collective level, right, that creates a shift, a split shift. You are constantly shifting personally. Okay. So If you felt like you've had many splits in the past few months or past few years, you're right, you have, absolutely. When I talk about the split energy in like this big way, I'm saying that so many of us have done the work of inner healing, done the trauma work, are kind of riding this new wave. So many of us are doing that, that it's creating a collective shift. Okay. So your personal shift contributes to the greater collective shift. And that's really good. Like, that's what you want. That's the whole point. It's kind of like you focusing here, healing this, right? Then contributes to the greater healing. And that's what the split really is. For you may have noticed that at this point, you are living in kind of a dimension, let's say, where a lot of people don't make sense to you, right? Less and less, less and less sense is made. And you may even find that you have conversations with people where it feels like you're both speaking completely different languages. There's like no way to meet in the middle. Even people who you used to have so much in common with, like it's not possible anymore. Every time we have a split event, that gets even bigger. Okay. And what happens when you hold on to something that you're being split away from? It kind of rips you apart, right? Or it overextends your energy. It's normal to hold on to old things and to old energy because it's familiar. It's what we know. And, for some of us, this is our family, our loved ones, like our best friends. Why would we not be holding on to that? But as you hold on to things that are not resonating with your energy anymore, that really overextends you, right? It stretches you to a point. And what typically happens, at least for me, is you'll reach a point where you can't do it anymore. And then things happen really rapidly. You finally let go, and it's like, "Ba-choom," like a rubber band, and everything just starts to move into different spaces. It can be really quick and violent, truly, especially if you've been holding on for a long time. The split is good. But it's organic. It feels like it's not organic because it's like, what the hell? But it is organic. It's kind of like math almost, right? It's if so many people have shifted their baseline mindset, the collective changes. And that's how we create the bigger, massive changes in the world that we're in now. And that is literally happening. So it's good. Over the next couple of months, we're going to be ramping up to eclipse season, and that's October. And we did this last year. Every time you have an eclipse season, oh boy, does it shake things up. The last eclipse season that we had, the last, not eclipse season, but the last October eclipse season that we had, that one completely changed my whole life. Did it change yours? So Lindsay's asking what causes the split. And I've been kind of talking about that. Your change of consciousness causes the split. You thinking about the world differently, and then me thinking about the world differently, and them thinking about the world differently causes the split. As more and more people wake up, right, it causes a massive shift of consciousness. The split really is just massive shift of consciousness. And again, you experience this on a micro level constantly as you change and evolve, right? You have many splits in your microcosm. But because of all of us doing that, it's causing a collective shift. Does that make sense? So I'm here Fridays and Mondays talking. We'll continue discussing this, but right now, as we move, we're having the full moon, that big full moon next week. I think it's on Thursday. That is going to be a continuation of that Lionsgate portal. Okay. And really, I can't emphasize this enough. There isn't, you don't have to do anything at this point. You already, like, you did it already. Like, you already set this in motion. Now we just have to stay in that space. Stay in your body, right? Stay in alignment with yourself. Continue to have those healthy boundaries. Continue to say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. Continue to really center your energetic experience in this present moment because you've already done it. Now you just continue, right? And, you know, a lot of the things that you've been putting into motion over the past year are about to pop up in real form. Like for some of us, like most of us, honestly, and we talked about this in the Normalized Magic workshop on Wednesday. Um, you've learned how to use this energy to manifest. You figured it out. And so now a lot of the things are just popping up into reality. And here we are in Virgo season, and Virgo loves nothing more than to organize the chaos. So be in this present and really ask yourself how it feels for you. It's like great to hear that other people are having the same experiences, right? Or similar experiences, but you really do need to put the most emphasis on how you personally are feeling, not how other people are feeling. Because again, as much as this is collective now, the shift began with you individually. Okay. It's kind of just getting to the point now where you can't really look around you and recognize anything as making sense, right? Which means you have to make a new reality that makes sense to you. And that is what we are doing on a collective level now, too. So I posted a TikTok this morning with the split. If you have questions about the split specifically, can you comment on that TikTok? Because then I'll respond with the video response and we can kind of go from there. Because now I'd like to get to the card pulls. So if you've never joined me for Coffee and Magic before, we do card pulls every Monday and Friday. And I give you three things. You pick which one feels most resonant with you. And then I do three different pulls. These today are going to be specifically about you navigating this split energy. Okay. So, what you need to know to navigate this split energy. And I'll give you three things in a second. My head is bumping though. Mm, my goodness. All right. We're going with this is weird, but this is what we're going with. They're kind of like vegetables, but rooty ones. Ginger, turnip, and potato. So which one are you feeling? Drop it in the comments. Ginger, turnip, potato. It's like the opposite of crystals, Janelle. Ginger, turnip, or potato. Oh, hi, Audrey. Good morning. Yeah, totally different. So ginger, turnip, and potato. And I'm shuffling now. This is from my Wisdom of Avalon deck for a message for you to help you, support you through this current split energy as we lead up to the next full moon. Okay. All right. Ginger, turnip, and potato. Okay. If you picked ginger, this is for you. Tell me when you're ready. All right, TikTok's ready. Instagram, are you ready? YouTube. All right, Instagram's ready. Waiting on you, YT. This is your ginger reading. So again, your choices are ginger, turnip, and potato. Pick whichever one feels most resonant for you. And here we go. All right, so your first one is communication. Serpent, partnership. Okay, so here's the story. You may or may not have heard that we just went into Mercury retrograde. This is directly connecting to your communication. Now, you may have heard that, oh, this is not a good time to communicate. Let's shift that perspective just a little bit. It's not a good time anytime to spout off when you have no idea what you're trying to say. Okay. It's always a good time to communicate, though. So, as we move into this energy, my ginger friends, communication is going to be the center point for you. It's going to be like the middle part of the wheel that all the spooky things come out of. You need communication to be clear and aligned with how you actually feel, how you actually think. Like that's going to be really important for you in this season because not only do you need that just for life, general purposes, it makes things much better and easier. There's a partnership that is lifting itself up to the forefront right now. Okay. And this is a relationship that has a lot of healing interwoven in it for both of you. It may be somebody, and this doesn't have to be romantic. Please remember that. Could be though, but it's somebody who, might kind of trigger you a little bit. Really makes you look at things differently, and vice versa, right? And truly, so important because one of the ultimate reasons that we're here is to learn how to have meaningful connection with other humans, you know? So for my ginger friends, that's the name of the game for this current shift energy. Through your clear and open and humble communication with this other party, you open up a whole new realm of like wisdom and healing within you. And it is as much as it is a collaborative process, it is also very much an inside job. This is something you've been looking at for a while now, right? If you've been wanting a relationship in your life that feeds you at that deep spiritual, emotional, and intellectual level, is that already here and are you just not recognizing it? Or how can you level it up by being even more honest with your communication? Okay. I hope that hits for my ginger friends. Back to the shuffle. We've got turnip and potato. We're making a stew this morning. So if you're just joining, maybe you want to pick turnip or potato. The next one is turnip. If you missed the first part of this live, it's being recorded on my YouTube and on my Instagram, so you can catch it there. Again, if you have any specific questions about the split, go on my TikTok and ask them on that my most recent video, and then I will respond to them with the video post. Good morning, Susan. Turnip or potato? All right, let's see here. All right, here comes your turnip. Okay. Tell me when you're ready, my turnip friends. All right. So if you chose turnip, we've got the dog, trust, and the stag. So this is funny because this morning I was on TikTok and I came across a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about dogs. And I thought, that is such a good explanation for the dog card then for the next time the dog card comes up. And here we are. So if you didn't catch that TikTok, if that's not what your FYP is up to, I will talk to you about it. So we've got the dog, trust, and the stag. Dog energy, this is really turned toward yourself, okay? Dog energy is the most present moment energy ever, okay? A dog is the vibe of dog, and notice this is definitely a golden retriever, right? The vibe of dog is I love you so much. Your presence in my life excites me, thrills me. It's the best. And you leave the room and you come back, and I'm excited to see you. You take a trip, you come back. I can't believe you're back. You want to go for a car ride? The best. Like, it's that kind of just like present, simple joy. Okay. This is what you give to yourself, that present, simple joy of being and appreciation of you in whatever state you happen to find yourself. Your dog does not care if you're not feeling well or you don't look your best that day or you said something shitty or had a shitty thing happen. Your dog does not care. Your dog is like, I just love you. You're the best. And that's what you are being invited to feel for you. Be your own dog. Okay. Then we have trust in stag. Okay. And stag is carrying over from Leo season, where we talked about walking into the room with that chest wide open, right? We're not covering up our heart anymore. We're not going like this. We're coming into the room with our shoulders down, chest wide open, ready to take up space, ready to be open and soft and loving, and to have whatever experience we're here to have. One second, I gotta let this dog out. Come on, get out of here. Okay, sorry. But yeah, right? So the stag is asking you to be really like moving from this like self-love. Now it's like feeling yourself, but in a way that you take up your space, but you don't have to tell anybody about it. You know what I mean? And then you have the trust card. And that really is just trusting that the everything you set into motion, what you want, all of those things, like trust yourself, right? Like trust that you can navigate for yourself. You don't need anybody else's validation. You've got this. This time it's about you. It's for you. You're doing it. You're driving. You're creating. You're manifesting. You're riding this energy. And this is a good time for me to remind you about that. Astrological weather is weather, okay? It does not dictate your life. It's there for you to work with. You can do anything at any point in time. Sometimes it's really good weather for a shift. Other times it's really good weather to be quiet and sit down, right? That's the only thing it's there for, to inform you about what the energy is up to so that you can maximize your actions and get the most from what you're doing. So that is your turnip. The next one is potato. I'm sorry, one more second again. Hey, can whoever has the thing on turn that down? Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's just one of those mornings. All right, this is your potato, which is going to be your last one. Good morning, Panda. So we've had ginger, turnip, and potato. And this last one is potato. If you missed the other two and you feel like you're a ginger or turnip person, you can catch the replay on Instagram or YouTube. But this is going to be potato. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right. Hello, Malik. Welcome. Just in time for potato, right? All right, this is the last one. It's going to be potato. Any way you like them. Interesting. Okay, no, you're just on time. This is potato, Sarah. All right, tell me when you're ready. Me too. I'm just like ready for potato. Potato. Okay, here we go. So, oh my God, Janelle, this is positive potato. We've got the king. We've got love. And we've got the serpent again. All right, so let's see what potato has to say. All right, so we had the king recently, and we talked about masculine energy. Okay, so I'm going to give you that spiel again. We don't have a lot of examples of what healed, nurturing masculine energy is. Okay, we're going to take this king card and kind of really strip it down to what this energy is offering you. Okay, the masculine part of us. Okay, and we all have masculine and feminine and every in between, right? Which we just haven't identified yet, I suppose, but we'll be getting there. But when you think of masculine and feminine, you would think of it as opposite poles, and then there's like every shade in between, which is bajillions of colors, right? But on the two poles, you have the masculine and the feminine. Masculine energy, that part of us, is the part that is able to put things in motion and execute. It's an execute orders energy. The feminine is the side that pulls in all the energy, sorts through it, feels it in their body, and then decides, okay, this is how we want it to look like. And then sends that over to the masculine side that says, okay, action time, do it. We all have that within us, okay? This is not a gendered thing, it's just energy dynamics and direction, okay? So, how does that come into play for you with the serpent and love? You're in a space of big healing and big understanding, like big reprogramming in your brain. A lot of the things that you grew up believing were real and true you are no longer able to believe are real and true, even though you might be really trying to do that, right? So now you're in that space of needing to reprogram your brain into its new reality of what you do think is real and true. And you start that process by feeling, okay? You don't start it by doing and thinking. It starts inside, in this space, in the gut, right? What feels right to you? What feels real to you? What inspires a heart swell for you? What gives you the shivers? What makes you feel, right? And then how does that translate to how you want to act in the world around you based off of that? Are you with me so far? Is that making sense? Now, sometimes the love card is about a relationship. Today it is, but it's you and you. Until you have healed that relationship between you and you, your your other relationships, I'm not going to say they won't work because that's not true. Once you heal the relationship between you and you, every other relationship benefits unless it is an unhealthy attachment or relationship. So as you heal the relationship between you and you, Any relationships that are not for your best and highest good will no longer fit, because those would be relationships that are toxic leaning, right? Taking energy away from you, pushing you into behaviors that are damaging or self harming. And if you love yourself, it's really difficult to let others hurt you because it feels wrong, right? It's kind of like, if you have a friend that you just love this friend so much, and this friend is in a relationship with somebody who's so cruel and unkind to them, you don't feel okay about that, right? You're like, "No, don't treat my friend like that. I love my friend. Don't treat my friend like that." You're the friend because you love yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the first step. That's the first step. So as you assess that relationship now, between now and October, which is when we have eclipse season, I just invite you to quietly seek that relationship with yourself first, and make sure that you love yourself so much that you have lost all tolerance for people who treat you poorly. Stop making excuses for them. Stop empathizing with their plight, right? Everybody has a sob story that could account for poor actions and reactions and behaviors, right? But unless that person is actively seeking to heal those parts of themselves and has awareness of it, your awareness of it cannot give them license to use that behavior in a damaging way upon you, because you're just then enabling them to continue being a damaging type of person, right? So, healing that relationship between you and you, starting in here, that's your journey. That's the big healing during this point. Okay. Whew. Vera. Exactly. Okay. So, anyhow, that's your coffee and magic this morning, and a little mini update on the split. Again, if you have specific questions about the split, go to my TikTok and ask a question there, and I will respond to you with a video. It's Friday, so I'll see you back here Monday at 9 a.m. for more coffee magic. I'm here 2 times a week. And yeah, I hope you have a really, really good weekend. Rest if you need to rest. You got this. Sending you all the good juju. Send some back at me. I hope this energy shakes the hell off. Like I'm over it already, but we'll see. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And again, if you've enjoyed my stuff this morning, like, follow, share, tell your friends. That helps me so much on the interwebs. Mwah. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, YouTube.